Okay, hi everybody. This is Atia Towns. I'm doing my What Am I Reading Wednesdays, and if you can tell, I'm sick as a dog. Truly sick as a dog. Uh, yeah. But that does not stop my eyes from working. So, without further ado, the book we're working on this week, well, the book I read last week was Amped by Daniel H. Wilson, which, by the way, was a fucking awesome book. It accidentally ended in my inbox on Amazon somehow because I don't really read this type of stuff. It's like robotic and technical, so those make my brain explode. I'm more of a magic and romance and aliens thing. Anyway, so what's awesome about this book is that Mr. Wilson here is like a certifiable geek because dude's got like a PhD in robotics. That's fucking genius. Alright, me and my Chewy, the royal we over here, we love that shit. Come geekify with us, dude. Geekify. Unite. So, let me read the cover. Alright. Yeah. 29-year-old high school teacher Owen Gray had long ago come to terms with the tiny device in his head, which was implanted to control the seizures he suffered in his youth. It was necessary if uneasy relationship Owen's aunt gave him a normal life, even though he questioned where his brain ended and the computer began. Thousands of amplified humans shared this sensation, and yet their devices eradicated learning disabilities, controlled prosthetic limbs, and minimized neurological disorders. But when the Supreme Court rules that amplified humans like Owen are not protected by the same basic laws as pure humans, his world in downtown Pittsburgh instantly fractures. All around him, society begins to unravel, and a new class war is on the verge of erupting. Before he can get his bearings, Owen receives desperate news from his father, the doctor who originally implanted Owen's amp. He confides a dangerous secret. Owen's amp isn't what he always believed. It has the potential to do something extraordinary, and there are people who will come for him and want to kill him for what's in his head. Excuse me, 1 second. Oh, God, my voice. Oh, God. Owen begins a harrowing journey, and all roads leads to a dusty community in rural Oklahoma where he finds the one man who can explain his true abilities. He also meets Lyle Crosby, a dangerous and unpredictable leader of the fast-growing AMP movement. He's a man whose stunning physical abilities and ruthless ideas show Owen how to harness his own startling gifts, but also threaten to draw him into a dark world from which there may be no moral return. Amped is a riveting, provocative thriller that showcases Daniel H. Wilson's wide-ranging talents, featuring technological expertise and fuck, this is not my day. Technological expertise and creativity of Robopocalypse, and cutting-edge storytelling reminiscent of Michael Crichton. Amp solidifies Wilson's fast-growing reputations as a new master. Okay, you know what? All that shit aside, this is a good-ass story, and I'm gonna tell you why. First things first, starts off with like the technical display of what this amp does. Like this transmitter, they put like one like right here and stuff like that, and it's got a little node or something like that on your temple, and pretty much it's like an iPod for like inside your brain, but smaller, cooler, and not so well, yeah, actually it's pretty fucking dangerous. Anyway, the girl who starts the book off had her amp for a good portion of her developmental years, and as she got older, she became the victim of a lot of like discrimination and stuff, and she saw the war coming and decided, fuck it, I'm not gonna deal with this no more. And Owen was, sadly enough, her teacher. He deals with, this book is, in my opinion, prime example of what can happen later in life. technology is getting so far ahead of ourselves nowadays that, like, there's people who are doing things that, 50 years ago probably wouldn't have been able to pull off if it weren't for the technology able to help them. And there are some people that are a little bit more like traditionalists that are just like, no, if God said this, then this would be happening. Well, that just frankly sucks, because it's not always the case. Anyway, I like this book because it goes through, my favorite word, the conflict. The moral conflict in this story is, he's got these abilities now. His brain is like literally amplified, and he can do things. He can do great things, amazing things, horrible things, and the machine in his head will do it for him without thinking, as long as he has permission. And I think that's one of the good things that he did in this book, was give him that gave his character Owen that, like, failsafe, like, hey, you can do this. Well, actually, I can do this for you because I'm your brain and stuff, but will you let me? The computer, it's a computer. It's going to ask you permission to do all kinds of shit. Anyway, I fucking adore this book. He wrote this other book called Robopocalypse, and I think it's a series, which is probably why I refuse to read it, because I read a lot of series, and readers out there, I'm sure you know, series suck. You get sucked in, they take your money, they do everything, and you're like emotionally involved the whole time. Sadly enough, I think I'll probably read his series, Robopocalypse, just because this was a good book. It was really good. It wasn't like Michael Crichton, where the guy was like super duper technical. The best Michael Crichton book I read was, I read a few and I can't even think of them right now. But yeah, it was awesome. Really good book, and I'm shocked that I bought it hardcover because I'm supposed to be like this paperback person. Well, alright, whatever. Fail. But anyway, badass book. Yeah, there you go. Badass book. And everyone should go pick this up if they like a sci-fi thriller, because despite the fact that it deals with very human emotions, there's fiction behind it. Well, there's sci-fi behind it. There's technology behind it. Humans doing things they shouldn't be able to do, and other humans being mad because they can't. Boo-hoo. There's politics in it, and I love the politics because it's dirty politics, and that's the only kind of politics I like. Anyway, guys, that's it for Amped by Daniel H. Wilson. Badass book. I give it my 2 thumbs up because I think that's the only thing I can think of. And in case we're wondering what music we're listening to, it's Garbage. Garbage's new album came out sometime in May. Not Your Kind of People, I think, is the album. Anyway, it's classic fucking garbage already. And we'll put it to you this way. It's better than our last album that came out 8 years ago. This is good shit. So you should go get that off iTunes or whoever your dealer of music is. You do that. Yeah, enjoy. So next week's book, Under a Vampire Moon. I did pick this up at Walmart. You can tell. It's by Lindsay Sands, and come check that out next week. Alright, guys? Happy reading. Enjoy your Wednesday, and don't forget, if you have a fictional book that you want me to read or you think is awesome and it's brand new, send it to me. You can email me at atiya.townes@gmail.com, or leave a comment on my blog, Remaking Me @atiyatownes.blogspot.com. Always say, read a book, bitches, read a book. And maybe someone will say, get better, get well soon. That would be nice. Yeah. Alright, guys, have a good one.